Hello everyone, Manny here, and in today's video we're going to go over the EV4 from KWA. Now, I'm going to go over a few of the goodies that come inside the package when you purchase it, as well as the external features. Now, there's not much to talk about the internals, but there's a few verbiages that KWA has changed from it. But to not prolong this video intro any longer, let us begin. Okay everyone, I have the EV4 from KWA and it's all polymer glory. Now before I go over the externals and if anything has changed on the inside, let's see what the package comes with. Now you might ask yourself exactly, Manny, what do I care about the actual little goodies that the package comes with? Well, there's some people that want to know it. So to start off, it does come with an actual speed loader that KWA has provided. These look pretty sturdy and fancy. The only issue is that mine broke. So I did get to use it a couple times and then it just, BBs started falling out of it. So it's not retaining the BBs. They're just falling straight through. So that kind of sucks. But hopefully if you do have one, it might help you, especially if you barely have the money to buy like a speed loader or something like that. One of the other things that it comes with is the typical M-LOK attachments rails that comes in most packages with KWA. You can usually see these with the QRF series and the T6, the T10. You'll see these included in it, so you can attach a few accessories to them on your handguard. One of the other things that I enjoyed and that I noticed is that with the EV4, they included some QD point attachments. You can actually remove the screws on the sides on either side and actually attach these in order to attach a QD point sling to your EV4. And this I believe is also included with the EV9. Do not quote me on it, but yeah, this is actually nice because again it provides a lot more use out of the actual original design of the EV4 than other guns you see out in the market. One of the last things that you'll notice is that it comes with 2 hex keys in the box, and you might ask yourself, well Manny, what the hell are these 2 hex keys? I know what one is used for because I've used KWA's, but it comes with 2 different ones. One is for the VPS or the variable FPS, in which you remove the buttstock in the back and the screw, and then you can adjust your FPS. That's what the long one is used. And then the short red one, that's the one that you use for your QD point slings and your accessories, like the vertical grip, to remove it and adjust it or tighten the screws back up. This is exactly what you use it for. I like this because it's right out of the box, so that way if you want to change out stuff, you just do it right on the fly, right there, as soon as you actually buy your replica, especially if you're the type that buys a replica on the field and then wants to use it right away. Now that we've pretty much gone through the actual goodies that the package comes with, I want to talk a little bit about the actual externals and about the EV4 to be exact. Now, yes, indeed, this EV4 is not made out of full metal. It is all polymer. This is in order to reduce the weight. This all depends who you ask, whether or not it's something good or not, of whether they like it. To people that are looking for more realism, yes, the full metal is going to be their go-to. But if you're looking to reduce weight and not having to deal with the weight, which is not much of a difference, you could go with the EV4 or any of the new KO series that KWA has put out. The only difference is about a 2-pound difference almost, being that the polymer, a lot of the weight comes from the actual gearbox rather than the actual full metal, but I can understand why if people want the realism. Unfortunately, there is no EV4 in full metal. All of the new series guns that KWA has put out are all polymer. Now to talk a little bit more about the actual features, right, that it comes externally wise, right, you still have the actual anodized flash hider, right, that the KWA has placed on all their new, more premium guns, and pretty much all their guns already have the anodized flash hider. Going from the T10 on forward, including all the KO series and the polymer series, are the ones that are going to have this. I like this. It gives it more of a nice premium look, even for the price tag. It does come with 2 PTS backup sights. I like these. They're pretty good. You might even be, I'm not gonna lie, I have a couple spare ones that I use on my actual real firearms. So I just have those ones. So they're not bad, they're pretty good. You will notice that it comes with a vertical grip. The vertical grip does come with all the KO series guns from KWA. So that gives you an extra accessory that you don't have to spend money on or spend a large amount of money, because this is actually an M-LOK license. Vertical grip. It has the stamp on the side, annotating it comes from M-LOK, as well as the front rail or the handguard is from M-LOK as well. The other thing that you'll notice is that it comes with a pretty nice, good-looking magazine. The magazine is known as the Midnight Midcap magazine. It's the MS-120, and the only difference is has this sort of a like a baby blue, kind of a blue tone to it on the side, just to accent it, right, and the bottom plate as well. So that's not bad. That's pretty good also. Now the other thing that you'll notice on the outside is the QD points. I had mentioned this as the extra stuff that was inside the package. I have both of them installed so you can see them. I'm more of a single point sling kind of a person, so probably I would only be installing the rear one, but I do sometimes like to do a 2-point sling just to be able to have a little bit more management with the weapon and more retention to it on my body, compared to a single point sling that you can just pretty much have swinging around unless you have a harness to hold down your rifle. Now the other thing that this does have in difference compared to all their other models is the actual charging handle is in the front. It's sort of a more of like a Evo Scorpion kind of a look it gives me. I actually like this design. It's much easier for me to pull the actual charging handle, and then with my dominant hand kind of mess with the hop up. That way I ensure like my hop is correctly, instead of having to pull the charging handle to the back, holding it down from the lower buttstock area, and then having to mess with it, right? Because to be honest, sometimes the actual retention of the bolt release or the mock bolt release is not there. So I see that issue with all the replicas, even from other companies, so that's no problem with me. The other thing that it comes with is actual ambidextrous controls for both the magazine release as well as the bolt release and the selector switch. You'll see those right now, and I like that. Again, I do transition between dominant and non-dominant side, so I like that a lot. You can also see that aside from the actual ambidextrous controls, KWA has actually added a serial number to it, and it's actually pretty nice. I actually like it. Gives it sort of like a more realistic look. I don't know so much about it, but I like the fact that they actually added a serial, and I actually wonder whether or not this is like the actual serial of the specific manufactured unit, and if it is, even great, because I would actually like that for, again, more of the realism. You also notice that the actual trigger that KWA has added is a flat trigger. It's not a curved trigger. I am a fan of actual flat triggers rather than curved triggers. It gives a much better feel to it when I'm actually shooting, even with real firearms. So I actually enjoyed it having a flat trigger. I might change it either way because it is not adjustable, unfortunately. If they would make it an adjustable model or a model that has an adjustable trigger, that would be great. Like, that would be including more features for more bang for your buck, right? The other thing that I will mention though is the lower receiver. Unfortunately, the lower receiver is all one unit. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that the actual pistol grip cannot be removed. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why they went with this design. KWA decided to do a sort of an angled pistol grip. Not too much, right? Because I know that some people don't really like it, but it's also not so straight to where it'll hurt your wrist. And the only problem, or people that I think would have an issue with this, is people that actually do a lot of taking, and I mean in-depth taking, not just something simple, right? I would see it more as an issue for people that want to shim their motor, and that's pretty much it. I haven't run into an issue. I did try out a motor, an AEG motor, and I don't seem to know much the difference, other than, of course, the performance of the motor is a little bit better. But in means of like grinding or any problem like that, I didn't notice it. So I don't think it'll be that much of an issue as long as you don't change so much the internals from it. The other thing that you'll notice is that it does come with a PDW stock. The EV4 is PDW stock. Now, I have met people that have actually switched out. For instance, for the EV9 is an actual PTS buttstock. It's a full-size buttstock, but I've seen people actually switch out that model with PDW stock, which it is possible, and without any like problem whatsoever, because the EV9 does have the 2.5 gearbox, unlike the other models like the T10, which has a 3.0 system, right? So not a lot of compartment. Again, it's a PDW stock. It's supposed to be small size. It's supposed to be for more CQB environments, for speed QB as well. It is primarily why this model was created, to entice more the speed QB community rather than actually like the general community or like the milsim community, right? But even then, I've actually seen people actually use it for milsims as well. The other thing that it has, right, is it does come with Dean's connectors. And again, like I said, I did mention this back when I had my T10 as well as my Mod 3 about the actual Dean's connectors, and they actually did it. They finally did it back then when I actually made those reviews, and it's awesome. Dean's connectors is the way from now on. There shouldn't be any reason why companies should still be using Tamiyas, especially in 2023, right? So if they're using Tamiyas, then you should be worried, because probably they don't care about improving their product. Now that I talked about a little bit about the external portions of the actual EV4, I decided to add some accessories to it so it would look a little bit better. Now, the thing is this, not much has changed for the internals. As far as I know, the only information that KWA has put out is that they might change the verbiage and the decisions that they'll be making with their gearboxes. And what I'm talking about specifically is that from all the KO series, the T6, the T10, as well as the QRF series, the metal versions, as well as the polymer versions, are going to come in 2.5 plus gearboxes. This specifically means that you'll be able to install your, and I quote, favorite aftermarket electronic trigger. That is exactly what KWA is mentioning in the brochures that come with the actual designs and models when you purchase them, that you'll be able to install it. I can for sure say that Gate Titans will fit in it. Whether or not other models will fit, such as the P-Run, or did they make a design where the area is completely free and open for a trigger to just land into it? We'll see. I haven't opened the gearbox. I'll probably do that later on after I release this video. Simply, if you want to see whether or not that is being done, then just go to my Instagram, shown right below right here, right now, and just check it out. I will be posting photos and stuff like that, and probably down the road I'll just make a small short video showing about it as well in my YouTube. So also don't forget to subscribe, so that way you're able to actually see when I post something new, now that I have more time now. But aside from that, that's the only other thing. The 2.5 plus still comes with a variable FPS, as well as the 3.0 plus. Again, the plus just means that you're able to install an actual electronic trigger, or aftermarket electronic trigger into it, and that's pretty much it. Nothing new was done on the inside. The performance of them is still about the same. Now, if you did follow me about a year ago, I did post about the EV4 before it was even released, and it kind of performed well. It kind of didn't. I was using it at a Digital Fox event in Victorville, and I didn't feel like it performed like it should have, like this one did. And it was probably because it was still a prototype model, or not a prototype, but a what do you call it? A kind of an influencer model, to where other influencers in airsoft would, you know, make reviews with it and stuff like that. So it wasn't exactly a for sale model. So I feel that might have had something to do with it, because there were still changes needing to be done with it. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the EV4. Let me know what you guys think. Is it a replica or model that you actually like? Do you already own one and you're using it? I know that it's been out for a while now, but I had to make a video about it because I don't see a lot of reviewers talking about it like a little bit more in depth than what I've had already. And if they do, they usually miss some stuff here and there. But other than that, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like these. This has been Manny, and until next time. Some people believe it's rivaling even that of High Kappa and Glock for rifle, as well as we have pistols. If you wish to take. Don't fuck some people up with this.